Welcome to another episode of the Blackest Friends. Me, Robert.
With me, Pete.
No Moses.
No
again,
Moses today.
But this time for real.
Rockin' the Rockstar.
Rockin' the Rockstar. All right. Oh, first things first. Rest in peace, Benjamin Zephaniah.
Yeah, I didn't know him actually. I didn't know his work too tough, but I'd seen him before. I'd seen his stuff before. So.
An icon of British poetry, especially Black British poetry. Passed away at 65 as well.
Yeah, too early.
He's just quite young, man. Yeah. So I was reading up on it. He found that he had a brain tumor and then died like 6 to 8 weeks afterwards.
Oh, really?
Crazy. Yeah.
Oh, that's peak.
Which is a bit sad. But that's why you gotta live life to the fullest. Live life for God. You can spend eternity living life.
Yeah, I think that's. Oh. Am I too loud?
You got loud.
Did I get really, really loud?
Yeah.
Is this better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, cool. Sorry. I was going to say, stuff like this really should remind us that life is temporary, and the idea of only having one life, is a gamble, really. If you believe that and you end up being wrong, that's eternity. So.
Also, sorry I'm so dark. I'm still trying to figure out the lighting situation and where I'm going to sit. But you know me, I love a different position every time. Come on.
Hopefully no one knows that, but okay. Gosh.
Now no one does.
It's disgusting.
Good times, man. Good stuff.
Unnecessary information, but alright.
Cool. Are we going one for one?
Yeah, let's go one for one. Yeah.
Cool.
Let me try to think of a question because I haven't got one. Have you got a question?
I can do.
Cool.
Yeah. Do you think hoping to win the lottery shows a lack of faith in God and His provision for your life?
What if the lottery is His provision for your life?
Yeah, but but it can't be the provision for like everyone's life, and then but everyone plays lottery hoping that they'll win it.
Yeah, well,
hoping that will become the provision for their life.
I think that's where for me, that's where the sort of earlier question occurs: is playing the lottery a good stewardship of what money you do have? I don't know. I personally feel, and these are my personal convictions, I don't feel like it's a good use of your money. I don't feel like it's a good use of money God has given you to gamble away, on the lottery. And so for me, I wouldn't advise it to begin with. But that said, if someone is to win the lottery and they're a believer, I don't see why God couldn't be using that to also bless them. Like, if you win the lottery, would the church still expect you to pay tithes? I think so. And would that be a big blessing to the church? I think so as well. Yeah.
If you did win the lottery, would you give the money as one big tithe, or would you like do it in small bits?
Oh, I'd give it as one big tithe because I want to take it as one big payment. I don't want to do like the small one, so I'd take it as one big tithe. Yeah, give that and then invest, buy a couple of properties. I don't know. Yeah,
a couple. You buy more than that.
Well, as much as the lottery can get you.
And then buy a supercar.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that at all.
Yeah, you would.
I wouldn't buy a supercar. What, in this country? Nah, in Kent.
You'd get the bulletproof Tesla.
The Cybertruck. I don't like cars that big, I'd sooner buy the Tesla than the Cybertruck, like the Model S than the Cybertruck. But even then, I don't really believe in owning a car anymore, so.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, me, I plan to go to Vegas one day and put it all on black. Well, maybe not all on black, but I would like to go to Vegas just to, just to say I did.
But what would you do in Vegas?
Just gamble a bit.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, dress up, gonna go lucky number 7. And then, hopefully not lose too much money. Hopefully don't not get married again. But yeah, go to the strip, have a good time.
Fair enough. My question, if you're satisfied.
I'm happy.
Cool. My question is, what are your thoughts on secular music and sort of secular movies and the effect that they can have on the Christian in general?
I think that it's a case by case basis. I think there are certain genres you should stay away from completely.
Like what?
Like 50 Shades of Grey.
Okay.
Where it's just like a film about sex. But, and not even one that's done in like an edifying way. That being said, I did watch one series. It was quite good. It was trash TV, and I was watching it with
trash TV
with Andrea. It was deadest thing. I can't remember what it's called, but it was so crazy. And then the guy, his penis was huge. But that's a story for another day. Maybe not another day. Well, that's it. It was, bruv, he was like a horse. It was crazy. But yeah, I think know what your temptations are, and stay away from that kind of media, and be honest with yourself about what's different types of music, the effects, different types of media in general have on you. Like if you're listening to gigs and it makes you want to go and stab someone or punch someone up, maybe don't listen to that. Yeah. If you listen to the slow jams and you don't have someone where you can channel that through in a godly way, maybe just take a few of the slow jams for a bit. Go and find a wife or husband. And then put it on, get it on, and get it on.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, know what your buttons are, and don't try and push them thinking, oh, it'll be okay, because it might be okay now, but that stuff can build and build and build, and then it can be, yeah. And like, it doesn't even have to be like sexual stuff. I was watching, what was I watching? A film about this concept called The Secret. You know The Secret?
Yeah, I think have you mentioned it to me before? Yeah.
It's this concept of like thinking and talking stuff into existence, sort of thing.
Oh no, I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, so it's like this concept that's out there, and like you could watch that movie and think, okay, I'm gonna go and change how I'm thinking about doing things, and the universe will just change to bend to my will. And then you can almost stop relying on God, even go back to what we were talking about before, stop relying on God and thinking, oh, if I just do my affirmations in the morning and do my journaling and stuff, that I can make it change. And that's also harmful, but in a different type of way. It can be in the long run. Yeah, so just be careful.
Yeah.
And if you're feeling a bit down or feeling a bit thing, just talk to someone about it. Pray, let them pray with you, or give advice. We're one body, so let's be one body. But don't become one in body unless you're married.
It's kind kind of a bar still. I can't even hate.
Come on.
Fair enough. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Cool. Great. All right, let's go into our topic for today. So I gave you guys a little bit of a taster in the week.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Okay.
I think we should go through the website. So do you want to pull the website out once I give people the backstory?
Yeah, can do.
Cool. So I was on Instagram the other day, and then the Shade Borough of all people. Bruv, you know it's bad when Shade Borough puts you on their website, bro. The Shade Borough had found this relationship course by these Christians, by this Christian couple who are fiancéed at the minute. Engaged, not fiancéed. They're engaged at the minute. But they're running a course on how to have a godly marriage. You know, talking about how it will break generational soul ties and the sort. And the prices were quite wild. Obviously, if you got the early bird tickets, you know, you can get a little discount. But if you didn't get an early bird discount and you're going as a couple, it's going to cost you £650 to go on this course. Not only that, if you pay the money, you also get a private link to the upcoming wedding.
Yeah.
Which is cute. And obviously, people were flames in it. So, first question: do you think people were mocking it rightfully so, or unrightfully so, Peter?
I mean, so I sort of started saying this in the group, and I feel like you can charge what you want to charge in it. Like it's up to you. It's your event. You can charge it. And so I can't. I feel like I can't critique someone charging something because I sell some services. You know, I sell podcast services, and whether or not that's affordable to a person is up for it's up for debate. But whatever I charge, someone could say, well, couldn't you charge less? Someone could say, well, you should charge more. And it's like, no, it's my time, it's my service. I value it a certain way, and the idea is the people that are paying for it are gaining some value that they can, measure against what they're paying and either be happy or be upset. There have been customers that have not been happy with the price, and there have been customers that have been like, actually, you're very, well priced for what you do, and it's up to the individual. So I can't critique it. If you're asking me, would I pay that much to go to an event with an engaged couple that I don't really know?
Oh,
no.
I think I forgot to mention that this is a Christian couple.
This is a Christian couple. So Nia Cerise, whatever her name is, was actually on Nancy Meets, which is a show that I worked on a while back.
Conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest, I know, right? A while back. I think it was even her on her wand. I think it was she was on with a panel of ladies.
What do you think about her?
I mean, the thing with Nice to Meet is someone comes to a panel, they're talking about a specific thing. Obviously, they've been earmarked to come on for a specific reason. So it's hard to get a read of someone unless they are wildly, inaccurately picked for the panel. Then they will all just be a panelist. Like, nothing stood out, out of the ordinary. Like, this is super unique or whatever, not super unique is a bad way of putting it, but I don't know if you get a sense of what I'm saying. Is she turned up for a panel and I was like, cool, she wasn't out of place on the panel. This is a few years ago. So yeah, things change, and from conversations that I was having after yours, she may have changed somewhat. I never followed her. Then I didn't follow her after, so I don't know. Other than she was on a panel of ladies and she didn't seem out of place, so which is a compliment. It's like cool. But yeah, I don't know her enough to say whether or not she can command that value. If you're asking if I would pay that much to go, no. If I would even advise anyone else to pay that much to go, I'd probably say no. But I imagine there'd be people that would. Interestingly enough, I can't actually find it on. They've taken it off the website.
No way.
They've taken it off their website. You just get a page you're not found.
Oh no!
And I can't see it.
Saved it. Oh, is there no cachet page? Is there no cachet version of it?
No, I don't have a cache version of it. No.
Oh man!
I never brought it up on my laptop anyway. I brought it up on my phone. Yeah,
That's a shame.
I can't find it. I was hoping maybe it's there and they've just hidden it, but I think they've actually taken it down because even sort of inspecting the website, I can't find it.
Wow. It's a shame. Well, so I guess we can't have a good laugh at it anymore. But yeah, so I saw that, and so my wife follows, or Andrea follows Nia Sarisa a bit on like stuff that she does in like her like women's group ministry stuff.
Right.
I'm not gonna say what I think about the ministry as a whole because I hold that that's a bit gossipy.
Okay.
Let's just say I didn't get the best vibes from it.
All right. Okay. Can you compare? What kind of thing would you compare it to? I guess I'm sort of looking for
I'll say this. Theology-wise, for the most part, I didn't have a problem with her theology.
Okay.
How she packaged things and how she like her tone of how she spoke and stuff, I might compare her to. Who could I compare her to? Oh, you might not even know this guy. So it's a cross between, let's say, what's her name? Is her name Sarah Jakes, TD Jakes' daughter?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And there was this one guy in the UK. I can't remember his name. Prophet. Obviously, Prophet. They always start with Prophet. Prophet. Actually, no, let me not even say his name because you know some stuff happening with it. But it was like very, very hard. That like Vim Pentecostal kind of energy.
Yeah.
Very brash. That if you don't have much confidence, you can get bowled over by it. Sort of thing. Yeah, and the things that she was saying that I won't get into because it's very like much like gossipy. He says, she says. But we can talk about after podcast. I don't mind gossiping with you after podcast. That's right.
Hey, I don't gossip because if they gossip to you, they'll gossip about you.
Nah, you're boring, bro. There's nothing to say about you. Yeah. So I've always found the ministry a bit, but at least the theology is good.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I was trying to go through her Instagram to see if it's on there, and it's not. Which seems interesting, at least. Or was it never on there?
I don't think so. I think I went to go look as well, but it wasn't on there.
Okay. Oh, wait. Hold on.
Oh. Do you find it?
So there is a link to it, but it goes back to the church thing, and it's not there. It's still not there. Yeah.
Okay. Well. Okay. Well, we at least have the what was being offered.
Yes, we've got pictures of what was being offered. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let's at least go through that. Okay. Let me get it up. So, the Kingdom Relationships Masterclass, unveiling
Do you want
the
to share
mysteries
screen?
of. No, I've got too many tabs up. Nothing bad, but I don't know.
Mad.
Okay. Can we just close the tab? Give me a second.
Is it the pictures you sent in the blacksmith furnace?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because I can pull those up. So let's see. Let's present.
All right.
This is what a clear conscience looks like, guys.
To be fair, like I was playing this on like VPNs and trying to get VPNs to work. Wow, like I don't know if I want people to know I'm looking at VPNs. I don't know. I feel like VPNs are a bit illegal.
Not necessarily, nah. I use a VPN.
It feels illegal.
It's not.
Like you're changing, like it's like you're changing the position of the country that you're in to look like you're in a different country.
Yeah, because that's what the internet affords.
Yeah, but you're saying that you're somewhere when you're not somewhere.
Well, technically you are. No, because it's a virtual private network. So you're joining a virtual private network. It just so happens to be servered out on a server in Mexico or Japan, which is what I tend to use it for.
Hey, I'm in Japan too.
Yeah, trick Netflix into getting some of them anime movies.
Speaking of which, can you help me get Surfshark on my PS5? I'm trying to do it. I can't do it.
I could have a look. I use ExpressVPN, but yeah, I could have a look, definitely.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we can have a look.
But yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So here you go.
Okay,
this is probably
the front page.
Is this the front page?
It's the front. It looks
this is
like
the exclusive bonuses.
Oh,
this
bonuses.
is the offering. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Oh no! So this is the bonus. So you get for the bonus, you get a live stream for the wedding, an invitation to the wedding, which I guess is the live stream, and a 3-day relational devotional. Oh, thank you. And then that's a lovely couple down there.
One of the comments that you sent was, "If you can't afford your wedding, just say that."
Yeah. Okay, so in the masterclass, they're going to cover these 10 things.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go through it.
Is that £30 per question? Yeah. Or £30 per topic? About
more than that. Oh yeah, well per person.
Yeah, per person. Yeah.
Let's go through it and see how much you would price this event if this was presented to you.
All right.
You know, knowing that it's a Christian event trying to help Christian relationships.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's go. Unveiling the mysteries of kingdom relationships. Here are some of the topics that will be addressed, anchored in the teachings of our Saviour.
Come on.
1. How will I know when I found the one? And what does the Bible say about this? 2. How can I prepare for entering into a relationship? 3. How can I conduct myself as a godly woman/man? 4. Marriage. What it is? What does the Bible say about it? 5. How can I communicate effectively and resolve conflict in a relationship? 6. How can I break soul ties and heal from previous relationship trauma? 7. What does intimacy look like as a couple? Premarital stage and marriage stage. 8. Is it necessary to save yourself for marriage? 9. How can finances be navigated as a couple? 10. a final session. This is your opportunity to ask questions, ask relationship questions, anonymously or directly. Okay. So, what do you think about the itinerary? How's it sounding?
It's sounding like there's a YouTube video that probably goes into every single one of these very well that I can watch. So that I can legit watch for free. Yeah. What? So when you first sent it, I was confused because when I saw masterclass, I thought it was just a video type thing. But then I realized it's an event, and not playing devil's advocate because she's not the devil, as far as I know. But I think when it's an event, a live event, as it were, like there are certain costs to it. So is this a live event at, some super fancy hotel? The cost could come up to something significant. Again, I don't know, but people are dropping this kind of money on Beyonce tickets. So if she sees herself like Beyonce of profits, then
I'll just counteract that by saying, at my workplace, we were gonna have, what's his name come in? You know, the guy that did the 5 love languages.
Yes, yeah. I forget his name.
Gary Chapman.
Yes.
Gary Chapman, I think. Yes. Yes. So he was gonna come and do a, just like a talk, and it's gonna be a dinner to do with relationships and how to navigate communication relationships and stuff. I think it was gonna be about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I think he was charging £15 to £20 per ticket.
Okay.
And this is like a world-renowned, like, we base how we talk about relationships on the work that he's done in person.
Yeah.
And he's going £15, £20, £650, and you guys ain't even married. Give a marital advice.
Are there things here that you could see would warrant? So we don't know. I don't know if you follow her. We don't know what secret sauce she's got. But let me frame the question like this: are there things, or could you think of answers to these questions that could warrant that amount of money? Like, could there be something that someone could share, with some secret sauce on here that would warrant that amount of money for any of these questions?
I would counteract by saying, even the book that has the most secret sauce, the Bible, you can get for free.
Fair point. Absolutely fair point. Fair.
And that's got the most secrets. That's got the most secret sauce.
Fair. But I mean, yeah. I mean, so Gary Chapman does charge for something that his study, his knowledge adds a certain value. So that means he can charge £20. I mean, modest price, beautiful. But could someone have some sort of secret sauce that would be worth that much? That they can say they can.
Well, I think honestly,
she's charging for this.
I think like the 5 love languages, just that concept is worth billions of pounds. Like that's a £1 billion idea and concept.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen anything in this that has that. That is, like you said, you can find answers to all of these on YouTube. The only one that I found interesting that I don't feel gets talked about enough is the breaking of soul ties.
You feel it doesn't get talked about enough?
Well, like, it doesn't get talked about in like mainstream circles. Like unless you're from that kind of background, you probably don't even know what a soul tie is.
Fair. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, yeah. But apart from that, um, how do you conduct yourself as a godly woman? Yo, you got Proverbs 31 for that one, boy.
There was a sermon that's going to be my hookup that talks about how to conduct yourself as a godly man and as a husband that I thought was super dope. I was listening to that just yesterday for free on
Oh, who's
YouTube.
that by? Who's that by?
Matt Ringer? What's his name? I think it's Matt.
Oh, I don't know that
Matt
one.
Ringer. He's like he's a pastor before, but he's sort of pivoted into like YouTube ministry stuff, but just teaching. He's not a Todd, whatever their names are, like a proper down to earth.
You say a proper one, not like Mike Todd. Oh dear. Okay, but you know what, PR? Maybe in the defense, maybe they've got the secret sauce, and maybe you don't need
Mike
to.
Winger.
Mike Winger. I think I've heard of him.
Yeah.
And maybe you don't have to be married to be given the marriage source, because Paul himself wasn't married, and at every wedding we read 1 Corinthians 13.
Yeah, Paul also said, "Don't get married."
and with the divorce rate would be being like 50%, maybe he was right.
It's not accurate. 50% is not accurate, but yeah.
What do you mean it's not accurate?
So that number came from a prediction. The actual numbers are, well, again, very dependent on the situation. So Americans, I know this from like an American speaker who looked at American numbers, but like amongst Christians that actually sort of save themselves, amongst Christians that observe some sort of sexual purity, I think the rates are like 15%, something silly. Not silly, because I mean that's still 20 out of 100, 2 out of 10 marriages, failing is significant, but they drastically reduce based on some of those factors. Yeah, and the 50% was sort of a prediction that people are getting to, but again, isn't fully accurate. Yeah.
But yeah,
I need to read a book on that properly, but yeah.
But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, Paul wasn't married, but we use his bars every time there's a wedding.
Fair. Yeah. I feel you'd be paying for the experience and the setup here. I don't know if there's any secret source here that would make me say, oh yeah, I really need answers to that I can't find in the Bible for myself, or that I can't, like, from here just think of a YouTube channel that probably deals with some of these quite well. So yeah.
Wow, unless there's a 1 week retreat, can't make me pay £650. That's crazy.
That's faith right there. That's faith.
but the funny thing is, people that have paid money for this.
Yeah.
And I think there's almost.
But then, so people that paid money for this and came out feeling like they've got something, what would you say? Then it's been worth it for them.
I mean, I could say, yo, spend £100 on these resources and get much more out of it than you got from this. It's like when you see those ministries where those women will go to a convention in their wedding dresses, because they want to get a husband.
Hey, relax.
If they then go and get a husband, does that mean
relax, because your wife likes some of those, as does mine.
Yeah, but she wasn't wearing the wedding dress in preparation to try get a husband.
Because they're married already.
No. How do you feel if you find out Anita was like wearing a wedding dress, praying out in these conferences, looking for a husband before she met you?
Well, you gotta answer their prayers, isn't it?
Oh, God! Bro, something like that's witchcraft, That's actual witchcraft.
No. No, because the idea is what, dress for your blessing or something along those lines, like act in faith in it. So you buy a wedding dress you've invested. You're showing some faith that God will bring a husband.
But that's demonic. That's actually
I wouldn't
demonic.
say it's demonic. No, I wouldn't say it's demonic because the idea of like acting in faith. Abraham going, he didn't know where he was going. He moved. That's effectively kind of same thing.
No.
You've invested
He
in.
moved, but
Yeah,
God told him to move.
yeah,
That's why he moved.
yeah. But it's God has told you that you're going to get married, and so you're acting in faith, trusting that God's gonna bless you with a husband. You go to conference,
No, but
maybe that's what you mean.
that's not how God asks people to move in faith, though.
Well, who's to say how God asks people to move? Because He asks people to move in very different ways.
But where wedding dress to find a husband?
I look, I wouldn't do it, but I would.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
Let's say Zara gets to 30. She wants to get married. She's still single.
Yeah.
No prospect. And you tell her to go wear a wedding dress to act out her faith in looking for a husband.
Like I said,
Is that the advice you give it to your daughter?
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
No, is that the advice you give it to your daughter?
No.
So if not, if that advice not good for your daughter, it shouldn't be good for anyone's daughter.
Well, no.
Amen?
Here's the thing: if she felt like this is how she can, display her faith, not display her faith, but this is how she can act on her faith, that God's going to bring her husband. So, she's going to this conference to go and pray about this because there is power in corporate prayer as well. And the act of faith is you want to be married, well then come in your wedding dress. And she believes it. Like, I don't think it will stop God from doing anything. And so if that's
Will it help her case though?
Sorry?
Will it help? Will it push God towards making it come to fruition?
Full disclosure. I say this because of testimonies I've heard, not necessarily because I see how it works. The problem is I always remain open-minded on some of these things because I can't say hard and fast, no, this is not how God works. So I've heard testimonies of people from those type of events talking about, they acted on their faith and then they received their blessing, or the argument could be made, maybe are they lying, are they embellishing stuff, who knows. But if we're to take it as, I don't know if you're lying, I'm going to take your word for it, coming on a Christian thing, coming on where there are other elements of some of these guys that I can see that say, yes, they are, they are genuine, there's some authenticity to what they do. So there's a hope maybe that they wouldn't then bring on fake testimonies to come and then advertise. And if God is working through this, like God works, we always say God works in mysterious ways. Why can't He? And I can also think of it from that father perspective. Like if Z's to do something to try and move my heart to give her something, right? And she's like, she's doing it with the best intentions. For instance, she knows if she lays her bed, she might get a class dojo point. So she lays her bed and then she's doing everything that she needs to do. Then it might move me. Maybe I wasn't planning on giving her a class dojo point. It might move me to give her a class dojo point because she's moving in a certain way, knowing her father's love for her, but then the father's ability to give her something that she wants, and she's doing something to sort of move me to give it to her. I can see that element of it, and I won't say that doesn't work for God at all. He never gives people stuff that they desperately pray for, because that's also described. Like, you go and knock on the Bible talks about you go and knock on your neighbor's door in the middle of the night, asking for something, and he'll say, look, I'm sleeping, leave me alone. And you keep asking, because of your persistence, the guy will get up and he will come and he will give you what you want. And that was said almost as an illustration of sometimes how it is praying for stuff from God. And so I just wouldn't rule it out. That's the thing I'm saying. I wouldn't rule it out. In as much as I don't see how, that's not how it has worked. Not worked, but then I don't see that necessarily in the word, the buying a wedding dress and going, or some of these, like, yeah, he said, the pastor said to give, and so I gave that month's salary, and then within a week I got like something else. It's like, cool. I don't see how some of these things work. Some of these things sometimes end up being, for me, you're trying to buy a blessing, and the majority of those ones actually go wrong. But I just wouldn't I wouldn't rule it out, is where I stand on it. I wouldn't advise it, but I wouldn't rule it out.
I'm ruling it out. I don't know. I feel like there's something. It's stuff like that make people laugh at the church. And I think.
Yeah, but you've also got to remember that God uses foolish things to confound the wise. So yeah, people might laugh at the church because you are, you're going hard believing this thing. But then when God also does it for you, then they're like, well, I don't understand how that works. Or then they also have to, reframe their attack and be like, well, you just got lucky. So I hear you, but we're not here to try and make sense to people, especially not to the world.
100%, but also not here to lead people astray and like
absolutely, yeah,
and like give hope and like make people parade in the name of hope when that's not the kind of offering that God wants,
Yeah, no, I hear you. Loud and clear.
Cool. All right. Well, I think we've had fun with this masterclass enough. No, that was a question. No. Okay. So based off this. What's my face so big? Oh, there we go.
Apologies.
So off the back of that whole debacle, shall we say, when is ministry a ministry and when is ministry a money grab? And I asked that because before you were saying that capitalism, if they want to charge this for an event and people are happy to pay it, cool.
Yeah.
But when you're bringing the Christian element into it, are there different rules, or is it still the game is the game?
The game is not the game, because capitalism is essentially sort of making greed a virtue, as it were. Like you are entitled to charge what you want for the services you provide, under the understanding that people find value in those services. It's making greed, making thingy a virtue that you can look to and say, well, it's going to make him money, and that greed is then going to be better than his racism because he's going to buy the best. And so even though this is produced by a black person, he's going to buy it because it's the best and it represents value that he thinks is worth. And so yeah, cool. So I think that's it's slightly different when it comes to Christianity, but at the same time, I don't think Christianity is all we need to be hungry in order to do our ministry. I don't believe that. And so Paul, I think in talking to the Corinthians, I can't remember, talked about how he almost robbed another group of people because he was taking payment from them so that he wouldn't be a burden to this people when he was there sort of serving them. And there's an idea of, an ox shouldn't be muzzled. Oh, what? I can't remember the
I don't think about.
Yeah.
Like ox shouldn't be muzzled if it's pulling the.
Yeah, like in doing your work, like the preacher, the full-time minister needs to eat as well. They need to feed their family, so they shouldn't be not paid because they're Christians and everything that they do, they should do for free. I don't think so. So I think there's an honesty you expect from a Christian. There's an altruism that you expect from a Christian, but there's also the reality of like them being a minister is not going to get them the next meal. It's not going to get their kids school uniforms. They also need money, and if they're dedicated their entire life to serving, because that's what ministry is supposed to be, is serving the people, those people should take care of him. Like they should share every good thing that they earn with that minister. Now, some ministers have the grace, they have their calling to make ministry a ministry and then have like a secular job or something, lay ministers, whatever you want to call them. Personally, that model works for me. Paul also sometimes would work as a tent maker in certain places so that he can pay for his stuff and then still be a minister. That makes sense to me. That's sort of, if I'm going to be in any sort of ministry, that's what it will be. But I do also see, like, yeah, there are some ministers that they feel called to this, and if they provide value, I think it's worth blessing them, and be that blessing them in whatever form, be that in purchasing their stuff, be that in events that you then have to pay to go to. I think it's all fair. Now you get to stuff like this where, you can ask the question: is that a fair price to pay? But then that's sort of a subjective thing, and that's where I wouldn't pay that. But if someone does and they get value from it, then I'm not mad at that.
Mm.
Where do you draw the line?
I think, so I was even going to say, like, someone who annoys me when it comes to this kind of thing is, what's his name? Toby Ariomi?
I do not know this person.
Okay, he's one.
Is he Spac Nation?
He's not.
Okay.
He's not. And again, theology is good. He's got good theology. He's done a few prophecy videos, and he can say, look, I prophesied this and it's come true. Cool. Great guy. But the part of his ministry, and I might be getting him mixed up with his twin brother. He's got a twin brother. It's Toby and it's Tony.
Okay.
They're both ministers, so it might be both of them.
Yeah.
But like when they get into this mode of, this event is £20 and you would spend £50 on a pair of trainers, but then there's £20. I'm trying to give you the keys to XYZ. It's like, bro, your words not the Bible,
Yeah.
And I understand there's a cost to things, and yes, you should be paid for things, but when it gets to seeming like you're trying to put what you're doing on the same level as the Bible, or like you've got this super secret teaching or something, then for me that's when it gets a bit weird. Because
but then how do you treat like books like the 5 languages or any sort of theological book, because you're still paying for it, and it's not the Bible, but
you're still paying for it, but the 5 love languages says you can do it for free on the internet, and you can get the results and explanation of the results free on the internet.
Well, what stuff you can't get for free?
Oh, no,
are you saying you don't pay for any theological book unless you can get a free version?
No, that's not what I'm saying. And no, and definitely, like, if you put your time into something, cool, people buy it. I bought books. Tim Keller, what's his name? John Piper. I bought the books.
Both white men, but okay.
Yeah.
You only buy white men's books, yeah? You have a problem if it's Toby, yeah?
Alright, maybe I'll go buy TD Jake books and make you happy. How about that?
I didn't say TD Jakes in there.
But to be honest, I don't know like many black pastors like that.
Stress?
I don't. I know the big ones.
Fair.
I don't know the ones that come up on YouTube.
Fair.
Like outside the Mike Todd and TD Jakes, I don't think I know anyone.
Miles Monroe.
William McDowell, maybe.
Well, William McDowell's good. Yeah. Miles Monroe. Murdoch, Miles. Oh.
Monroe.
Yeah.
But he's dead, though.
He is dead. Yeah, he is.
Rest in peace.
No, but I was just making.
Yeah. But the point I'm trying to make is, even John Piper, who is even the John Pipers and the Tim Kellers, the Francis Chans, who are like their name means something. Their name has got value. They'll write a book. They'll charge you £10-15 for it. You know.
What about Bibles?
What about Bibles?
Buying Bibles. Some cost like £30-40. Some even more.
Yeah. But you're paying more for the design of the Bible rather than the Bible itself.
Okay.
And like you want to at least break even. Like I don't think people that are making Bibles are doing it to try and make a profit.
Hey, look. If the same publishing house owns the Bible and the Satanic Bible, there might be a profit thing there.
Yo.
I'm just saying.
Is that real thing?
I'm just saying, there's a reason why some of us don't read NIV. But yeah, it's cool.
But yeah, I think that so like guys like the Pipers and the Kellers and the Chans and the like people who have name value, they're charging £10-15, and the stuff that's in their books is actually like good stuff. Like I can't, and not only that, there's tons of free content on YouTube being preached by these guys on similar topics as well. So it's not like they're keeping all the secrets to themselves. You know, the book is just, I guess you could say, it's like a compilation of their thoughts and their experiences on the topic. But I'm sure if you went and looked on the internet on YouTube, you could find their thoughts on certain topics for free. You know?
Okay. I was joking about NIV, by the way. You can read the NIV, it's fine.
You might not read the whole Bible if you do that, but you know. But yeah, I don't know. If you write a book, you should be able to sell the book for as much as you want. But if you've written a book based on the Bible and you're selling it for £30-40, that's a bit icky to me. Because the Bible that your work is based on, is free, and surely, if you're really about kingdoms getting to heaven, surely you would want to make your book or event as accessible as possible, so that more people
you
can
also
come.
Want to break even, as you said. So if it costs you £50 to make the book, and you charge £51 for the book, you feel like it's icky. I think that's the danger of putting a price on it, because if the price truly reflects, like, you're only making £1 on this book, you know, like, is that too much? Is that too little?
Yeah, but now then say then your economics is poor if it's costing you £50 to make a book.
No, you see, I don't think you can say that. I don't think you can say that fairly, because what if that is the genuine cost? Like, what if legit that's the cheapest you can make the book because of the content you've written or the pictures you've put in it or whatever.
But we know that's not true, though. Not true.
Why is it not true? Like, there's legit, I am sure, books that I would say are good that cost £50. Like, what I'm saying is, I get what you're saying, but I think it's not fair to put a price on it. Because one, that price reflects what you can afford. Firstly,
yes and no. Yes and no.
If you win the lottery, all of a sudden £50 isn't big for you.
No. If I win the lottery and then and these guys are doing $650 for an event, I'm still gonna say $650. No, but I think when it comes to like Christian content, especially, you want to make it as accessible as possible if you're truly doing it because you think that this will help people get into heaven. That's my view.
I think you will make it as accessible as you can, and sometimes that might mean a bit more expensive. And I don't think that's bad, so long as it's not just the money grab. It costs you £1, you're charging £60 for it, so you can get £59 profit. What, over 200? No, how many pounds? How many? That's what? How much percent? Ridiculous amount of percentage profit.
Okay,
Again,
yeah. Okay, so like, how much profit is
exactly
comfortable for you?
That's the problem, is I can't even put a number on that, other than to say if it isn't excessive, then it's fine as far as I'm concerned. If it's not excessive, then it's fine. And I wouldn't know, other than the value that I can assign to it, and whatever the writer has put into it, I wouldn't know. I'd just be able to say, nah, this I think is sufficient. Like I immediately just went to what's it called? Olive. So the sort of online Bible that I use nowadays is the Olive Tree Bible software. And there's, for instance, a collection that is originally £279. And this is just like Bible study resources from the Baker Illustrated Collection. Was £279, currently £200, and this would be a digital version. Now, can I say that's not
digital?
Worthy? Yeah.
Not digital. That's crazy. £200 for PDF. That's crazy.
Yo, but still, like, I wouldn't, I don't know. So, like, okay, so I've bought.
Would you pay that?
I don't know who the Baker guys
Have you paid that? Have you paid it?
I tend to be a bit cheap. I only buy stuff when it's on sale. And sale prices come down to like a 20, but that's because I can't afford it. I can't afford £279. Like, I can't. So, that's me.
That's crazy.
If I was making like 7-figure job and I see something worth 279, like, the feelings towards it will be different.
Bruv, if I'm paying £270 for that, I'm putting on every torrent site.
You're not, because you're not trying to sell that. Like chain reference. So I bought this Bible here, this one, chain reference one. Let me just see how much it costs. So I bought this physical Bible, Thompson Chain Reference Bible. If I look at it in shopping, just quick check, cheapest price I can find for it. There's one that's the red letter edition, $79.91.
Hey.
Yeah. So I think it's leather bound, physical Bible.
Never. That's twice money. If it was paperback, it wouldn't be £79.
Let me see if I can find my one, the one I actually bought, because I think I bought this for like £40 or so. And again, I think it's fine. Like,
£40 for hardback or paperback?
It's a paperback. It's a nice soft paperback. Yeah.
£45 is a lot,
But I see the value in it because the chain reference system I think is really cool. So I see the value there, I'll get it. Like, even some of these journal like Bibles, like, is it not even journal? There's one that's like coloring in, like you're just coloring in stuff, like a artistic whatever Bible. I think I bought that one for Anita. It's a bride Bible thing, and they add a certain value to it that if you think it's fine. I think it was like £40 as well, or £50.
Hey. Okay. You know what? Yeah, because it was a bride present.
That's my thinking. Yeah, that was my thinking. Yeah. But so, for instance, this one.
But just like everyday use, if I see you haven't colored in that whole Bible, we're gonna have problems.
What I'm saying is, I think it will come down to a subjective thing. I don't think there's a price we can put on anything that would warrant, or not warrant. I don't think there's a price that we can put on anything that says objectively, if you charge this much, it's too much. I don't think so. It would come down to what value you see in it and what you can afford. I think. I do agree there's some things that are overpriced. I just think overpriced would mean different to different people.
Yeah. yeah, I agree with that. But then I also want to caveat that by saying that as a Christian, if you're putting on a Christian event or writing a Christian book, you've got responsibility to your Christian audience that you're writing it for. If you write a book for non-Christians, the game is the game.
Why?
Yeah.
Because your Christianity shouldn't just apply to Christians.
No. But if you're writing this to encourage Christians, then surely you would want as many Christians to be able to buy it, or is it just the rich ones that you're interested in?
No, I hear you. It's just that's not a model someone can live off, my G.
I mean, Paul was a tent maker, showing that
he was
it's not a
charging
model
for his tents, evidently.
But he wasn't charging for his content, his Christian content.
Fair. Yeah,
and
true.
And I think that, not to say that you shouldn't be able to make money off your talents, but you also have a responsibility to the people who are buying your stuff. If it's Christian content, if it's not Christian content, for me the game is the game. But when you're saying this can be an encouragement to you, and there's someone that needs encouragement, but then they can't afford it, then how much value does your book actually have?
I hear you. I think I disagree a little bit, but I hear you, and I can't disagree too hard because I hear what you're saying. And it's a model that I personally subscribe to, and that's why, like, I don't feel called to full-time ministry. I feel like I need to have a job that lets me, gives me the financial freedom to then serve without making my ministry sort of my only source of income. And so even with podcasts, like secular podcasts, I charge one thing. Christian podcasts, normally I don't, unless it's a business thing, then I charge. But then still, it's like it's I guess, yeah.
No, like I'm sure part of the reason you do that is because Christian content needs to be out there for
that's
for
how I
people
feel.
to.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah. And I feel that more people should be like that.
But I don't think a lot of people can. I think a lot of people can, but I don't think all people have to. And I think that those.
I'm not saying you don't have to, but
yeah.
if you're charging £650 for a masterclass, that's not for the benefit of the people of people's relationships and marriages.
Hey, it's a masterclass, man. It's a masterclass.
A masterclass. You're not even married to be able to know the points that you're making.
Hey, they're profits though, both of them. So, and it's not just one profit; it's two.
They're trying to make a profit. Trying to make a profit. It's more like.
I'm just saying, it's all good. It's all good.
It's all good. If you're gonna run a Christian relationship event, how much would you charge per ticket?
I mean, it would, for me, honestly, it would be the price of the venue and like the other thing. So when we did Solomon's Muse, it was free because the church building was ours, and like the drinks and stuff, the church sort of provided. We ended up bringing stuff ourselves, and none of the artists charged me anything. So I can put on a free event. I can put on a free event because it was, a very not a significant expense for us to put it on, and I'm not trying to make a profit off of it. So, if I was doing an event, that's sort of the attitude I'd have towards it. But if I'm holding an event in like the Hilton Hotel and it's going to cost £600 to do, if I don't have that money, but I feel like I should call for it and I can't get sponsors, then that cost is we're going to have to kind of share the cost.
Also, make sure that the content you're giving matches the venues you're trying to put that content in.
Hey,
don't be going to Hilton hotels when your content is only church back hall.
Why is Hilton Hotel better than church back hall?
Because it costs more.
Nah, man. That church back hall should be getting the best content. Right, put some respect on it.
That one.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's round up hookups.
Hookups. My hookup would be Mike Winger's talk on how to be a biblical husband, or the role of the biblical husband in the modern marriage. And it's just straight conviction, straight from the jump. I was like, I know a lot of these things, I preach a lot of these things, but hearing these things talked to me and realizing, I kind of slack in a lot of areas was just hard. It was a hard one to watch. And the entire time I was shaking my head. Yeah, so.
Send it over. I could do some conviction. I will send a biblical husbands video as well, by Vlad Savchuk. That was funny.
I'm so sorry. Do you know Vlad TV?
Yes. Was that what you think?
I said Vlad. I was like, no. So
this guy's actually really good. So he's got a video on like 5 roles of a biblical husband, and he's also got like 5 roles of a biblical wife as well. Really good listen. And he's just like all round solid preacher, I must say.
Sweet, yeah. Mike Winger has one on the role of the woman as well. But I'd say if you're a man, watch the role of the man, because it's easy to watch the role of the woman and be like, oh, you're not doing this, and just focus on yourself, innit?
Cool. All right, that was fun. Let's wrap this up. Shout out to Reed for the intro outro music. Calvin Turner audio music logo. Twitter at Furnace UK. Instagram at TBS Furnace. You can email us at tbsfurnace@hotmail.com. You can find us at soundcloud.com/blacknessfurnace no apostrophe. On all good podcast websites and apps, the Blackness Furnace with the apostrophe. And that's it. So this is the Blacksmith Furnace signing out.
Peace and blessings.